What's the main point of this class, or several points?
Alterations.
Alterations. What are alterations constructed or built on? What side steps?
Pivots.
Pivots. Pivots primarily for who? Trick question.
Leader.
Both. Yeah, you are both pivoting a lot. Okay. How do we start the class? Ocho. What's important for the ocho?
Using a standing leg.
Yes, standing leg to push.
Are we looking down?
Chest
Yeah, chest up. Where's our head? Is it looking down? No, head up. Yeah, and chest's open. Yeah. And ideally, so we can have really juicy ochos, should we take short steps or long steps? Long steps.
What kind of ocho is this?
What are we aiming for, followers? Yeah, the other side of our leader's feet. And what analogy did we use?
Snake.
Yes. We're as if we're a snake wrapping around the tree. And is the snake just our legs? No. It's the whole body. Okay.
The next kind of ocho is called what?
With.
Yeah, I'll just go right into it. How much do I turn my spine? Up to 45 degrees. What's important?
Consistent on both sides.
Thank you. Good. Consistent on both sides.
What did we call this part of our bodies, followers? Yeah, the Ocho machine or the Ocho factory. Yeah. So ideally, our Ocho factories are amplifying the rotation of our leader's spine by at least 3 times. The ratio is 1 to 3. Yeah.
When a leader tries to do an ocho while the follower goes side to side, what do we use our embrace for?
Walking them?
Yes.
Keep them going side to side.
Yes. Good, Mary. Okay. What about the hips? Are they far away?
Close to you.
Right. The closer the better. There's an easy side and then there's a hard side. What's the harder side?
The open.
It's probably becoming easier for you, so that's why you're. What can we do with this side, the open side of the embrace to help?
Soften the shoulder and the
Soften the
arms.
shoulder. Yeah, stretch it out, relax, drop it. Put it behind the back if you want to do the jiu-jitsu technique. Okay, so all these things open doorways so we can try things like alterations. And again, this class wasn't about the theory. There are many videos on Charles's page about the theory of alterations. Check it out. You might go deeper if you want. But the idea is to make this nice and juicy. Well, before we make it nice and juicy, how did we start the class? What did we do from here once we have this established?
What are we doing now?
Turn it.
Big pivots or small pivots?
Small pivots.
Yeah. So it's like a big rock step in that I'm transferring my weight from one side to the other instead of staying in the middle, which you could do. It's a little funky. But I'm pivoting a little.
So it doesn't feel so awkward for us taking these multiple side steps, followers. Where are we trying to keep soft?
Joints.
Yeah, our joints, our knees, our ankles, our hips, our shoulders. Yeah.
And I'm doing it on the easier side, which is what?
Close and close.
Close side. Yeah, close side. So we are really trying to keep our hips closed. In order to make the alteration happen, where do I want to step? On my partner's foot? Some of you probably did, that's why you're laughing.
Slightly in front.
Yeah, just in front of it. So a little bit longer than my partner if possible to set up that pivot point, but in front of their foot. And then that allows me to do what?
Pivot easily.
Pivot easily. And this is actually the shape of the leader's alteration. So it kind of is on a line more or less. It might shift a little, but I feel like I've done kind of this 180 thing. Yeah, and it depends what foot you're on. You can do it this way, but you also have like another option. Oh, I lose track when I don't have my partner. And the point of the alteration from a musical standpoint is to do what? Change of tempo. Yeah, I can either, once I've started it and I start that pivot, I can exit either all slow, 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 and maybe just take a couple more steps to reset. Or we can add the slingshot effect, the dynamic effect, which is rhythmically what?
Do you have any other rhythms?
Quick, quick, slow. So far I've only done it this way. I've only done it stepping forward, but I can also step backwards. For the sake of continuity, I'll step here and quick, quick, slow.
So followers, even though we are exiting in an accelerated motion in a hero shape, what kind of steps are we taking? Long or short? Long, even though we are being asked to step quickly. Yeah, it just means that we need to really power our standing leg on the floor so we can take long reaching steps on the quick. Yeah, and hopefully still around our leaders so we don't separate too much. Yeah, and that helps keeping this dynamic or accelerated quality of the turn.
Alterations have many properties. One of the properties here today that we discovered was what? Something about it's trying to collect. It's hard to collect because it can be so dynamic, but the operative word is try to bring your center try to bring your collection through the center point if you can, even if your feet can't come all the way together. Try to feel like you're through a center point. They can be chained together. They can be done in many possible combinations. During the demo, we'll probably do other kinds of alterations. I'm just going to say right now, the two rules of alterations: capture the mood and change your direction. If you can figure that out in the video, awesome.